Thank you. Welcome, everyone. It's welcome to our special council meeting for December 10th, 2025. Clerk, call the roll. Certify the meeting notice first and then call the roll.
This meeting has been noticed in accordance with Idaho Code 74-204.
Call the roll.
Councilmember Jorgensen. Here. Councilmember Page.
Here.
Councilmember Rasmussen.
Here.
Thank you. There's 3 items on the agenda tonight. As we get into item number 1, which is been continued from December 10th. Mr. Wadhams, would you give us a background on this, please?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Mayor, members of the council, just to recap briefly, this was on the agenda for December 8th. At that point in time, the council elected to continue it for a special meeting for tonight's date. The reason why the council wanted to do that is because 2 reasons. Councilmember Jacobs has recused himself, and then Councilmember Jorgensen was unavailable on the 8th. And I think there was a discussion how everybody wanted Councilmember Jorgensen to be present for the public hearing and deliberate and help make the decision. So the council set the special meeting for tonight, and that's why we're here on this first agenda item. Yesterday, however, unfortunately, we learned that the applicant did not post the notice on their property, which is a requirement of Garden City Code. Garden City Code 8-6A-7B specifically says there's several different notices that are required, one of which is a posting on the property, and it needs to be posted on the property not less than 10 days prior to the public hearing. And that's specifically, again, in 8-6A-7B. And then 3, that's what has not happened, unfortunately. So we have a noticing defect on this matter. My recommendation is we cannot go forward tonight because of the noticing defect. That would be problematic from a legal standpoint, although it is very inconvenient for everybody that's here. So to cure that, the next question is how do you cure that noticing defect? My recommendation is that the council continue this matter to a date certain when we have a quorum, when the 3 council members that are present tonight could be present for that. Staff has given me several different dates. It looks like the date of December 30th at 6 p.m. in this building, in these chambers, would work for the applicant and for city council. So my recommendation, because of this noticing defect, is to continue this matter to a date certain of December 30th at 6 p.m. That would be a special meeting. That's a Tuesday, not a Monday, so that would be a special meeting. And if we do that, and if we repost the notice or we resend out all the noticing and comply with our code, that should cure the noticing defect and we should be good to go for that date certain. There are other dates, obviously, that the council could pick. December 29th was a date that was thrown out to me as a possibility. December 30th was thrown out to me as a possibility. Staff also suggested that we continue this until January 12th. That is a possibility if the council would like that date better than December 30th. But my recommendation here tonight is to continue this until December 30th at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Questions of Mr. Wadhams? Okay, because this will be a public hearing and it was noticed tonight as such, I want to ask if there's any conflicts on the part of the council before we act on this continuance motion.
None.
None.
Okay.
No.
Okay, matters before the council. Council President, do you have any deliberation or any discussion you'd like to
Thanks,
say?
Mr. Mayor. Yeah, I just want to echo my disappointment with the wasted effort of staff, electeds, the public that's here. This is through no fault of the city, but I know outwardly looking in, it appears frustrating for many people, and I understand that. It's equally frustrating for me. I just want to thank everyone for your engagement and coming in. We will get to a point where we are actually talking about the merits of this case, of this application. It's just not going to be today. So Mr. Mayor, I would move to continue DSRFY 2025-0008 to a date certain to cure a defect in noticing and for a due process manner of this case, of this application, to a date certain of December 30th.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
President of the Council, and members of the community, thank you for your patience and forbearance on this. Having just come out of an election cycle, there was a lot of discussion and conversations around the city's transparency and our communication style to and with the public. And so, echoing President of the Council's comments, it's disappointing that this has occurred. And my assumption is that moving forward, we'll be more diligent in review of the process and ensuring that as particularly public notice and public meeting notices are posted appropriately.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, the matter is properly before the council. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Jorgensen?
Yes.
Councilmember Page?
Yes.
Councilmember Rasmussen?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. This item will be continued to December 30th, this building at 6 p.m. for the reasons stated in the motion.
Mr. Mayor, can I just add something for the record briefly?
Certainly.
I'm going to recommend to staff that when they renotice this, that number one, they verify that the applicant has posted on site, but that they also redo the radius notice, the agency's notice, and the interested parties notice, just to make sure everybody's advised, everybody has an opportunity to come here and say their piece. So that's going to be my recommendation to council and to the staff. Thank you.
Okay. I think we can handle that administratively.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is item G2, C2, reading of ordinance 106125 for the, this is in regard to the de-annexation of the property around the fairgrounds. We're pretty familiar with this, council. Would you like a staff report again? Anybody?
Not necessary.
Okay. Okay.
Mr. Mayor, can I give a quick legal review? I just want to
Sir,
highlight a
yes,
couple
no,
things.
yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry to interrupt. Mayor, members of the council, just to rehash or to summarize what happened. So for the record, this was on the agenda for last Monday, December 8th. I mean the de-annexation. The DSR number was on the agenda for December 8th. And that went through the public hearing process last Monday on the 8th. And after the public hearing process, the council deliberated and approved the decision document. The decision document was listed on the agenda as an action item, so that's all good to go. The issue and why we're here tonight, though, is because for whatever reason, the ordinance did not make it to the agenda. And so the council continued it to tonight. So it could be now listed on the agenda by the ordinance number, listed as an action item, so the council can go forward with the ordinance tonight. So the decision document has already been approved. That was last Monday. Tonight, the only thing left to do is to approve the ordinance. A couple of things about the ordinance I just want to bring up briefly is number one, when you look at these legal descriptions and the ordinance is in your packet for tonight, but when you look at these legal descriptions, I cannot read metes and bounds. I cannot read points of beginning and points of ending. And so I asked our city engineer to come forward and just give us some layman definitions of what we're de-annexing so the council knows and so the public knows and everybody knows exactly what we're talking about. And so on page 2 of the ordinance, our city engineer added this wording and I put it in here, and it's so everybody can understand. So on page 2, the first thing that we are de-annexing is the plantation island. But what is that? According to our city engineer, that is land that may be generally described as the area bounded by the extension of the west right-of-way of East Remington Street, the northeast side of the Boise River, and the extension of the northwest right-of-way of East 51st Street and the southwest side of the Boise River. I can understand that a lot better than metes and bounds and points of beginning and points of ending. So I included that. I just wanted to make you aware of that. And then the second thing for the part of Ellsworth, according to our city engineer, something that everybody should be able to understand is we are de-annexing, or the city's de-annexing, land that may be generally described as the area being a portion of the Ada County Fairgrounds located in the northwest quarter of Section 31, Township 4 North, Range 2 East, Boise Meridian, Ada County, and being bounded by the east and northwest rights of way of East Remington Street, the east right of way of East 52nd Street, and the southwest right of way of North Almore Street. I can understand that. I did ask the city engineer when it says Boise Meridian. I asked him, I said, well, we're in Garden City. We're not in Boise and we're not in Meridian. And he said, well, Meridian means the meridian, not the city meridian, the meridian of the axis or whatever. So that's not a typo. That's part of the legal description. And now we have a more easy to understand description in here. You may ask why the summary is so long. The summary is so long because Idaho code says whenever we're doing ordinances dealing with real property, you have to be real specific in your summary. So the summary is longer than usual for that reason. And so we're going to have to pay that to the Idaho Press. There will be more of a bill than we typically see because we are just complying with Idaho code. So the summary is long to make sure everybody's on notice. The ordinance is solid. I've drafted it. There are easy to understand definitions or description for people that are reading this, not just the legal description. And with that, I would request and recommend a first reading of this ordinance by title only would be my recommendation.
Okay, questions, Mr. Wadhams? Okay, entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move for a first reading by title only of ordinance 1061-25.
And I would second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, the clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Page.
Yes.
Councilmember Rasmussen.
Yes.
Councilmember Jorgensen.
Yes.
Ordinance 1061-25, an ordinance of the City of Garden City, a municipal corporation of the state of Idaho, excluding from the city and de-annexing Plantation Island and a portion along Allworth and Remington Streets, amending the city's zoning ordinance to remove all zoning designations applicable to this described property, providing notice and filing requirements, repealing conflicting city code provisions, approving a summary of the ordinance, and providing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I would move to suspend the rules and adopt and publish ordinance 1061-25, commonly known as the de-annexation ordinance.
And I would second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, will the clerk call the roll?
Councilmember Rasmussen.
Yes.
Councilmember Jorgensen.
Yes.
Councilmember Page.
Yes.
Thank you. That motion carries. That concludes the business on our special meeting agenda. And entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I didn't think so. Thank you. We stand adjourned.